Imagine watching your favorite team fight through the playoffs. Every basket, every foul, every whistle matters. But what if those whistles weren't fair? What if the referee, the man meant to ensure honesty, was secretly playing a game of his own? In 2007, the NBA was shaken to its core when veteran referee Tim Donaghy was exposed for betting on games he officiated. A scandal so explosive, it didn't just question one man's integrity, it threatened the credibility of the entire league. Part 1. Who was Tim Donaghy? Tim Donaghy wasn't anybody. He wasn't a rookie with a whistle trying to survive. He was an NBA veteran referee who had worked nearly 800 games, including high-pressure playoff matchups. Players knew him. Coaches knew him. Fans saw his face on TV for years. On the surface, he was a trusted official, a man who had reached the very top of his profession. But behind the professional image was a man battling his own weaknesses. Donaghy had a gambling addiction. What began as small bets on golf or casual wagers with friends grew into something much darker. The thrill of gambling consumed him, and soon he was in deep with professional gamblers who wanted one thing: an edge, a guaranteed way to win, and Donaghy could give them that. Part 2. The betting scheme. So how did it all work? The plan was simple, but deadly effective. Donaghy gave gamblers inside tips. He told them which referees disliked certain players, who was injured, and even how a game was likely to be called. Referees have power. They can change the rhythm of a game with foul calls, slow down a fast team, or give a superstar more chances at the free throw line. And Donaghy knew all the details. He was living inside the NBA world, and gamblers were paying him to share what he knew. In some games, he even placed bets on the very matchups he was officiating. The results were almost unbelievable. His betting tips were hitting at an insanely high rate. Gamblers using his inside information were winning again and again, making thousands of dollars. To them, Donaghy was a goldmine. To the NBA, he was a ticking time bomb. Part 3. The FBI investigation. It didn't take long for federal agents to notice something was off. The FBI began tracking unusual betting patterns. Some gamblers were winning too often on NBA games, and the same referee's name kept appearing in the background. That referee was Tim Donaghy. In 2007, the FBI opened a full investigation. Wiretaps, phone calls, financial records. Every detail pointed back to Donaghy's involvement with gambling rings. These weren't harmless Vegas bets. Some of the people Donaghy was connected to had ties to organized crime. The evidence was overwhelming. Donaghy was arrested and charged with wire fraud and conspiracy to transmit gambling information. In court, he admitted what fans feared most. He had given inside knowledge to gamblers for money. He was sentenced to 15 months in federal prison. The NBA, one of the most powerful sports leagues in the world, had to face the fact that one of its own referees was cheating the system. Part 4. Impact on the NBA. The scandal didn't just hit Tim Donaghy, it hit the NBA right at its heart. The moment news broke, it was everywhere. ESPN, CNN, newspapers, radio. Fans could not believe what they were hearing. An NBA referee, the very person trusted to keep the game fair, had been caught betting on games he was officiating. For many people, it felt like the league's worst nightmare had come true. Commissioner David Stern knew the damage was huge. The NBA's reputation was on the line, and he had to act fast. Stern called Donaghy a rogue referee, trying to calm the storm by saying it was only one man, not a system-wide problem. The league immediately started investigations into referees, reviewing games, and creating tougher rules around gambling and referee behavior. But the problem wasn't just inside the league office. It was with the fans. The trust between fans and the NBA was broken. Every close call suddenly looked suspicious. Every controversial whistle in the playoffs brought back the same phrase: the NBA is rigged. And remember, this wasn't a brand new idea. Even before Donaghy, fans had argued about certain games. The 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Kings was already called one of the most suspicious series in NBA history. After Donaghy's scandal, those old arguments came alive again. People said, "See? We told you something was going on." For the players, it was also painful. Imagine working your whole life, playing at the highest level, and then people think the game might not be fair because of a referee. Stars like Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and Chris Paul openly spoke about the importance of trust in the league. They wanted fans to believe that championships were earned, not bought. Part 5. Cultural Fallout. Even today, more than 15 years later, Donaghy's name lives on whenever fans argue about bad officiating. When a superstar seems to get too many calls, when a small market team feels robbed, fans don't just blame the refs. They bring up Donaghy. The scandal also brought new attention to past games, especially the infamous 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Kings. That series is one of the most controversial in NBA history. To this day, many fans believe it was rigged. And while Donaghy didn't office that specific game, his scandal gave new life to those suspicions. He became the face of every NBA conspiracy theory. Some believed the league wanted longer playoff series for money. Others thought referees protected big market teams like the Lakers or Celtics. Whether true or not, Donaghy's actions made fans feel like maybe, just maybe, the game wasn't always pure. Part 6. Legacy and Reflection. For Tim Donaghy, the scandal ended his career and destroyed his reputation. He went from a respected referee to a man remembered as the face of corruption. He even wrote a book later, claiming that the NBA encouraged referees to influence games, a claim the league strongly denied. But the bigger legacy is what it did to basketball. The NBA has never fully escaped the shadow of this scandal. The league worked hard to rebuild trust, adding new systems, more transparency, and stronger oversight. But fans never forget, the truth is that basketball is built on trust. Players fight, coaches strategize, fans cheer, but the referee is supposed to keep it fair. When that trust is broken, the whole game feels broken. And that is the true tragedy of the Donaghy scandal. The Tim Donaghy scandal wasn't just about one referee, it was about trust and how quickly it can be shattered. So, here's the question for you. Do you believe the NBA is truly clean today, or does the ghost of Tim Donaghy still haunt the league? If you enjoyed this deep dive into NBA's darkest scandal, make sure to like, comment on your thoughts, and subscribe for more untold stories from the basketball world.